Hey y'all, good afternoon. It's Gabby from Long Avenue Productions. So check this out. With the way that the world is going, I have not been motivated to really comment on last week's Drag Race episode. So I'm just going to combine last week's episode review with this week's episode. Um, ain't it funny? I watched uh, the second the second episode of the third brackets episode just as Trump had declared that he bombed Iran, a country, to the best of my knowledge and research, does not have any nuclear weapons. I'm old enough to remember 2003 and what happened during after 9/11 and when we went over to the Middle East. Y'all, this is nothing but a money grab. That's it. Again, I need to do more research, but I suspect that the reason why Netanyahu is so hell bent on messing with Iran is because there's economic interest. Y'all, we have people defecating in the streets. We have had more homeless people now than we have ever had simply because the cost of living increases. We do not have universal health care. Our children are not safe. Our food is not safe. Our water is not safe. And now they're trying to sell off public lands. All of this is deeply offensive to me. Deeply offensive, considering like what we give, and we are going to sit over here and criticize a group of people who want to come to America to make a better life because they quote unquote don't have papers. Are you serious right now? Anyways, let me just get into this episode. All right, Acid Betty, she came prepared. Her fire and ice concept was unique and it was original. And when I found out that she wrote most of the script and not Denali, I feel like she should have been, like, her and Denali should have been in the top two last week. Like, that's just nothing against Daya, nothing against Ginger. I think, let me tell y'all something. What this particular bracket may quote unquote lack in huge personalities and drama like we had in bracket 2, they definitely make up for in talent. There is no weak link in this third bracket. Everybody and their mama is insanely talented, every last one of them. And I also think that it says a lot that so many of these young queens focused on Acid Betty and said, I want to work with her. That for someone to have been away from the franchise for over 10 years and come back with the force and the vision and the charisma that Acid Betty has, I just, honestly, girl, I'm a stan. I'm an Acid Betty stan now. And she's a leader. When Alyssa Hunter was singing in her own voice over that previous Kermit the Frog-esque vocals, she sounded so much better. And granted, it was in Acid's favor because they were in the same group to hype Alyssa up and give her feedback on how to do better. But it's just the way that Acid commands a room. It's the way she talks to people and gets the best out of them. Like, I really, 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 really admire that. And the girls could have been shady. Like, yes, they were laughing because Alyssa sounded a fool, even though I love Alyssa. But you know what? I also felt like they were also trying to lift her up. It's like your sisters are going to tell you the truth. When they see you backsliding, they're not going to just sit here and let you look crazy. They're going to tell you, shape up. I loved at the top of episode 1008 that the bottom four queens chose to give their point to their teammate rather than someone else because everyone did a great job for differing reasons. Again, I still would have made Acid Betty and Denali the top two last week because their concept was simple but dynamic. Okay, so this next comment is really about my personal preference of ingesting information, my training as a TV producer, in this book that I'm reading by Chris Hayes, a newscaster for CNBC, called The Siren's Call. And The Siren's Call is basically about our collective attention spans and how they increase and decrease due to different stimuli. And I couldn't help but notice whenever Rue is explaining the rules of a particular challenge, the responses from the queens that we see are very exaggerated. And to me, it feels like it's too much. But then I remembered something that I've been reading in this Chris Hayes book, The Siren's Call, is that entertainment is the business of capturing attention. No matter how they do it, as long as they get your attention, they win. So, what feels like an exaggerated facial expression or reaction to me is just a business person's justification for capturing or maintaining attention. And as a TV producer, I'm constantly being challenged to think outside of what I would do and focus on what my audience wants, what my financier is looking for. Denali, what a hottie. I love that she's no nonsense. I love that she doesn't do clicks. Denali wants her talent and her performance to carry her and have her skip over the game, but I don't think that's gonna work for her because Rue is not team 100% talent. Rue wants to be tickled. Rue is basically a 65-year-old toddler. He wants to be catered to and entertained, and you don't do that. He just disregards you, which I think is very, it's unfortunate. But the way Rue is basically a lot of employers in America. Like, you have to make me feel a way, or I'm just gonna get you out of here. It's very weird. It's kind of narcissistic, but whatever. While I feel like it's very admirable that Denali wants to have her talent carry her through, not having social support in competition is tricky. And yes, I get it. It's a televised competition, but so much of the success and being successful in the business world is aligning yourself with power. So my question is, will Denali be able to curry long-term favor in this competition? And honestly, seeing Ginger win the lip sync over her, when clearly, in my honest opinion, not only was Denali right for being in the top two, honestly, I think the top two should have been Cynthia and Denali this week for the hoedown challenge. Denali won that lip sync, not just because she was flipping all over the place, but because she was selling the song. And I don't feel like Ginger was. So my thing is like, why y'all pushing Ginger so hard? Like, no hate to Ginger. Please don't send Ginger any hate. I think Ginger is amazing. I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her success. I just have questions. And Denali reciting her lyrics to her phenomenon, like, challenge on season 13, sounding better than she did in the original taping, is why she should have been in the top two for this week. Like, this was her episode. Not only did she win the mini challenge, but she also was top two for the maxi challenge. Okay, so Trailer Hitch, everybody wants that song because it's slutty, but I honestly feel like Slash Your Tires, or whatever the song was that wasn't slutty, was better. It was better lyrics, it was better performance, it was better production. Again, Cynthia killed it. Like, honestly, I follow Cynthia on social media, but I've never watched a single original season she was on. I started rewatching the franchise in season 14 after watching seasons 1 and 3 and completely dropping out of the show. But the voice, y'all, the voice, like, we know that Cynthia is cuckoo and she's funny and she's kind and she's Miss Congeniality, but she is also a force. And I'm not going to overlook her because she's not a dramatic bitch. Like, the vocals were dramatic. Her runway this week was dramatic. And again, it was my favorite look of the night, and Cynthia should have been in the top two with Denali. Okay, so back to Miss Ginger Minj. If you guys pay attention to the queens who are doing well in any given season, you will understand the focus that Drag Race is trying to go into. Drag Race has ascended from not only just a TV show, but a force. It's become glaringly obvious to me that Drag Race wants to be the queer version of Saturday Night Live, and that is the direction they're moving in. So All Stars 10 may as well be Drag Race's era of crowning overall talent that can take Drag Race to a variety show level, which is why it seems like Ginger is getting such a push and doing so well with the judges, and also may be partially the reason why Anya Nerve won her season. Okay, so during the Key Your Car, did they say Mother Tucker or Motherfucker? Y'all help me out here. And also, I feel like Daya and Ginger's vocals were very low, which made Cynthia stand out even more, which is why didn't y'all put Cynthia in the top? Like, she ate down, period. Alyssa. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I feel like Alyssa's complaint earlier in the episode was, oh, I have to get the song that I want because I have an accent, and now I have to do a country accent. Baby girl, we know you're Puerto Rican. We know that you have an accent. I personally would have preferred she kept her original sound and not try to have a country tone. Her speaking the way that she normally speaks, singing those lyrics or or rapping those lyrics would have made far more impact than her trying to fit into a box that she doesn't fit into. Baby, you do not need to be 100% Americanized to be viable on this show. And I know that Drag Race, in my opinion, does a terrible job of edifying Puerto Rican queens. Justice for Jessica Wilde, because I do believe she should have won All Stars 8. But you know what? Love to Jimbo, but that's my opinion. But honestly, stop trying to like be American. You are American, but you're also Puerto Rican. So like be yourself. Like if you have an accent, lean on that shit. Let them come to you. Don't come to us. Yeah. Ginger, I don't understand why she won the lip sync. I don't get it. But that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Please, I would love to hear your comments below. Please, please, please reach out to me. Hit me up on Instagram and YouTube at Belong Avenue Productions. And also on LinkedIn. And also, how are you guys staying firm in these times? I live very close to where things are popping off, and I pray every day. And I am just going to keep doing what I've been doing. I'm still going to build the future that I want, even though things around me seem fucked up, because guess what? I didn't choose this stuff for myself. I'm not out here enslaving people. So why the fuck should I stop what I'm doing for you? Okay. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.